Inside the 11A of Kevin Greenfield, and outside him will be the 17 of Mike Greenfield. Row number 3 to the inside, Jared Gilson's number 22J, and on the outside will be the 17Z of Matt Zyra. Tyler Collette's number 25 sits inside row number 4.
Now what comes after this?
Outside him will be the 3D of Tim Greenfield. Kevin Duffy's number 3D, and Jerry Rogers is 61. Row number 5. Row number 6, Dustin Murphy's number 99. Nate Brothers in the 72 machine. Scott Duffy's 14D, and Francis White the number 60. Row number 7. Row number 8, Gary Charlo the number 8, and Zach McCauley in the 22. So white flag being displayed to the field.
How many left?
Upper stock division. Marcia Gibbons, licensed real estate broker and owner of TLC Real Estate in Carthage. You'll definitely want to check them out. Go to their phone number 76. OJ White looks the field over off turn number 4. Green flag is in the air. Tony Frezzo's going to look to be the early leader down the backstretch in the number 22 machine. He'll get in front of the 111 of AJ St. Mary as they go to turn number 3 for the very first time. Off turn number 3, pointed down the front stretch. It'll be the 22 of Frezzo. St. Mary will on the second spot. And it'll be the Greenfield number 17. That's White Greenfield, the beautiful looking number 17 up to the number 3 spot. Matt Zyra chases him off turn number 2 in the 17Z machine. They work off turn number 2 down the backstretch. They will go. Kevin Greenfield, the 11A, next car in line as they work off turn number 4 down the front stretch. Then it will be Tim Greenfield in the 73 as they come down off turn number 4 down the front. Back up front, we got a battle shaping up in front of the field off turn number 2 down the backstretch. A good battle up front. 3 cars going to the front of the field. Down to turn number 3 and 4. Tony Frezzo trying to hold on to the 22. AJ St. Mary all over his back bumper off turn number 4. Down the front stretch. Now here comes the number 17 of Mike Greenfield. Greenfield looks to the inside. Can't quite get there yet. But they work off turn number 2 down the backstretch. So he will go. He'll go to the outside of the speedway. Greenfield's going to get right back in line with AJ St. Mary. Between him and the leader, 3 cars nose to tail. Make that 4 cars nose to tail. Turn number 4 as the number 17C of Matt Zyra has changed or joined that battle down to turn number 1 and 2. He'll get to the inside, took a look. Mike Greenfield looks to the bottom. AJ St. Mary able to hold him off.
Yellow, yellow, yellow. Backstretch.
Somebody run out of gas?
Now they spun out.
We had a car around over in turn number 4, caution flag coming out, and then got rolling once again. So yellow flag does wave.
Is this the last race?
No, there's one more,
Oh, yeah, got the novice.
which will not. I'm hoping that they cut it.
So caution flag waving 4 laps into 15 lap feature going here for the Marcia Gibbons TLC Real Estate Thunderstock Division here tonight from the Can-Am Speedway. Opening night of the regular season here at Can-Am. Been a great night of racing. One more race to go after this, our limited sportsman feature. Again, we can't thank Dirt Empire Magazine enough for joining us here tonight, being one of our new sponsors here for the 2021 racing season. Adam Cornell and the crew from Dirt Empire Magazine. Check them out, ladies and gentlemen. You're going to like what you see. And, of course, the Dunn family, Tim and Norm Dunn. Number 1 Speed Equipment, Bradley Street in Watertown. Longtime sponsors of racing here in the North Country. Couldn't do it without those guys and all their support. Check out all their racing equipment there on Bradley Street, as well as they are your truck accessories headquarters. Right there, Bradley Street in Watertown. Number 1 Speed Equipment. And BP Racing, who of course brought to us by green flag racing action. 11 more laps to go here for your Marcia Gibbons TLC Real Estate Thunderstock Division. Next up will be our Limited Sportsman for our final feature of the night. Then we'll do a bunch of victory lanes all together down there.
I bet we could do that with others.
3140.
Yeah.
The victory lanes.
Down to turn number 3 and 4, OJ White will look the field over. Ready to turn them loose one more time.
They're not spending as much
Green
time
flag will wave off turn number
as they
4.
normally do with them.
Again, Tony Freslo's going to take off, look for the early lead off turn number 2 down the backstretch. Great battle for the number 2 spot. Here comes Greenfield to the inside. Kevin Greenfield got to the bottom of the racetrack, took the spot away from AJ St. Mary. Matt Zyra, fourth car in line, is 4. Kai starts battle off turn number 4. I'll spin that out Coming down to turn 1 and 2. Tony Freslo's got a great battle going on behind him right now that he can't see. He's missing all the fun by being the leader. Down the backstretch they will go. Kevin Greenfield jumping up into that number 2 spot. AJ St. Mary trying to battle back one more time. Here comes Matt Zyra again, holding on to that number 4 spot. Then back behind number 3. The Kevin Greenfield number 11A, my apologies, Mike Greenfield 17, the 11A Kevin Greenfield holding on to spot number 5 right now. And then it is the 73 of Tim Greenfield holding on to the next spot. So you got a bunch of Greenfields out here. They got their own heat racing thing. Off turn number 4. They come down the front stretch. Kevin Greenfield trying to close up on that battle. They trying to get out in front of him. Greenfield chasing this battle. Mike Greenfield now looks to the inside of Tony Fresno. 2 cars out in front of the field. Tony Fresno trying to hold off Mike Greenfield. Nose to tail, turn number 4. Greenfield looks out to the bottom of the racetrack. Now his switch lane goes all the way to the outside of Tony Fresno. They look down the front. AJ St. Mary back to number 3 position as they swing into turn number 3 and 4. Go to the outside of the racetrack. Kevin Greenfield, Matt Zyra look to the inside of that. Now we go down to turn 3. Battle at the front of the field. Here comes Kevin Greenfield. The 11A goes to the bottom of the racetrack. Gets a nose underneath the 22 of Tony Fresno. Kevin Greenfield, now your leader down to turn number 1 and 2. Kevin Greenfield takes the field off turn number 2. We are halfway home that last time by, and Greenfield now starts to lengthen his lead out in front of the field. Lap car sitting right in front, so Greenfield has to be careful off turn number 4. He'll be outside of the speedway. He'll take him down to turn number 1 and 2. Tony Fresno chases him off turn number 2 down the back table. And AJ St. Mary continuing to hold that 3rd spot. Matt Zyra 4th, 5th. Right now would continue to be Tim Greenfield.
We gotta have another caution here, Rick.
Mike Greenfield chasing that battle off turn number 4 down the front stretch. Mike Greenfield continuing to show the way in the number 17. I'm going to straighten these guys out before the year is over. They got cars that look identical. The Greenfield boys, as they work out turn number 4. And it's the 17 of Mike Greenfield out in front of the field. Tony Fresno trying to close that gap as they head to turn at number 2. This time Fresno gets within striking distance with a lap car in the way. That's Greenfield up. Fresno got right there again. AJ St. Mary holding on to that 3rd spot, continuing to be in the 3rd spot, followed by Matt Zyra in the number 17. And then back to Kevin Greenfield in the 11A. Parallel flags coming out for your leaders down the front stretch. Greenfield still trying to hold off a hard charging Tony Fresno. We're on turn number 2 down the backstretch. Mike Greenfield continuing to stretch that advantage. Fresno, just as I said that, though, begins to close the gap again. Greenfield having a hard time dealing with a lap car. Follows for just a second. White flag is out. One more trip around. Here goes Tony Fresno again. Fresno gets to within striking distance. Greenfield takes him off turn number 2. Mike Greenfield down the backstretch, 4-car advantage over Tony Fresno as they head down to turn 3 and 4 for the final time. Mike Greenfield right to the extreme bottom of the racetrack, turns to 17 around into turn number 4, drives down the front stretch, checkered flag around. Mike Greenfield with a quarter win. He'll be followed home by Tony Fresno in the number 22 machine. Third spot will go to A.J. St. Mary, the 111A. He'll be followed by Matt Syra in that 4th spot. And then Kevin Greenfield, the 11A, will finish in the number 4 position.
Well, at least with everybody leaving, there won't be much traffic.
Well, our final feature of the evening getting ready to roll off right now. That will be your limited sportsman.
That's
15 laps will be the distance, and then we'll have victory lane for our dirt car sportsman, our sportsman B main, our thunder stock, and our limited sportsman.
Yeah, the way they're leaving, we won't have much traffic.
Go ahead. 608480889. You can check in New York if you got a valid motorcycle in Virginia.
Huh? Come on, kick her up here.
New York State,
Jesus
maybe now.
Christ.
When you get a bastard, gravity takes care of it. Do with my jacket. I think it right here. What are you pointing for?
I thought it was over there. Your jacket.
So our limited sportsmen making their way onto the racetrack for their features here this evening. Franklin Atkins, number 36M, will be inside row number 1. Outside will be Bladen Arquette in the number 18. The Owen Dyer, number 17, and Buddy Leslie's number 77L are in row number 2. Row number 3 will be the 00 of Cameron Wright to the inside, and Mike Fairbanks will be on the outside in the 131. And we're waiting for Tony Fresno to switch seats now. He just finished that race. He'll be in the 22 in this race as well. And Jordan Jerome in the 13J. Well, we got a quick second here. I want to thank our sponsors here tonight one more time. Again, thank you to VP Race Fuels for stocking here tonight, as well as Number One Speed Equipment in Bradley Street in Watertown, and of course our new friends Adam Cornell and the good folks from Dirt Empire Magazine. I want to thank them all for sponsoring our races here this evening, as well as all our sponsors for the classes here tonight. This one is our Donna Motorworks Limited Sportsman Division. And while we got a quiet second here, a huge thank you
I'm going to start walking down.
to everybody for joining us here tonight at the Speedway.
It'll be along shortly.
I'll give you the keys in case I get. Oh, sorry. If you watch this, I can get. Oh, I got to pee again. That's what I shouldn't think.
Well, first night we've had some bugs along the way, but we've tried to work them out, and I think everything went pretty decent once we got rolling along. And I tell you, one more huge thank you to Mike and Pam Frazier from DirtTrackDigest.tv for the amazing job that they do. Normally you got a whole crew of these people working. Tonight it was Mike and Pam handling the whole show up here. They did a phenomenal job. I've been looking over Pam's shoulder watching the races on the monitor here. It makes it a little bit easier sometimes for myself to see what they've got going on. And again, Mike, great job from up there on the roof. I'm sure he's freezing up there right now. Man, he's going to want to snuggle all the way back home, you know. No? Well, on behalf of the Bartlett family, we want to thank you for joining us here opening night of our regular season. Been a good night of racing, a decent crowd early on. We've had a lot of fun. Track safety lights are out. One more race to go, 15 laps will be the distance, and then we will have our victory lane with our last 4 feature winners. Off turn number 4, green flag will wave. Franklin Mack, it looks to be the early leader off turn number 2, but here comes Blade Arquette down to the bottom of the racetrack. Arquette's going to take the spot away down to turn number 3 and 4. He'll look to be the early lead. He'll take him down to turn number 3, goes right up to the top of the racetrack off turn number 4. Macklin has to get the seat. Take back the tail pretty hard. Owen Dyer has that third spot into number 17 machine. Then it's back to the 00 Cameron Wright, who jumps all the way up into the number 4 spot off turn number 2 down the backstretch. He will head. He'll be followed by the 77 of Buddy Leftley as they go into turn number 3 and 4. Off turn number 4, that battle will continue for the number 3 spot. But Dyer up to the outside, right down the bottom of the camera. Right looked underneath, couldn't quite get to him. So Dyer will hold on to spot number 3 as they work off turn number 2 down the backstretch. Right now, Blaze Arquette able to stretch that advantage out to about 8 car lengths in front of the field. They work off turn number 3
15.
and 4. Blaze Arquette last time around 22.7. Turn number 2 down the backstretch. Arquette trying to stretch that advantage over Mackin as they work into turn number 3 and 4. Owen Dyer holding on to spot number 3. Cameron White chances in down the front track. And then it will be number 77 of Buddy Leftley, followed by the 22 of Tony Frezzo. Frezzo up to that next spot, followed by the number 131 of Mike Fairbanks. Fairbanks in that next spot on turn number 2, then down the backstretch, followed by the 13J of Jordan Jerome. The field stays in the same shape as they work on turn number 2 down the backstretch. They will head first 4 cars, 5 cars now getting spread out around the speedway as they head down into turn number 3 and 4. Mackin still trying to close the gap on Blake Arquette. They just down the front stretch. Arquette shows the lead. Mackin just about 2 car lengths, 3 car lengths back on first down the backstretch. They will go as those two begin to pull away from the 17 of Owen Dyer down the backstretch. Dyer comfortably into the number 3 spot all by himself. 1 car slow over in turn number 2. That was the 131 machine of Mike Fairbanks. Almost got off the top of the racetrack and the front together back up. Down to turn number 2. We're watching as they continue the circle.
It's going sideways.
Turn 4, yellow, yellow, yellow.
Over in turn number 4, caution flag is going to wave. That is the 13, I believe.
Like she wasn't going fast enough to spin around. Huh?
Jerome facing the wrong direction, so caution flag is going to come out one more time here with 7 laps complete in your limited sportsman feature.
Oh.
We're going to be able to go white.
Jetfire 1191.
Yeah, you got her going.
Jefferson out for 1191. Show 1191 back in service. 1191 back in service 2335.
Can you throw those things in the garbage?
White flag makes its way as we get ready to go back to green.
Copy, I was going in. Hey, Tyler.
So track safety lights going up. Pace truck will clear the field over in turn number 3. Working off turn number 2, we go back to green flag with your limited sportsman feature down the backstretch. Blake Narquette back to the front of the
Halfway.
field in the number 18. Franklin Mackin chases him. Then it will be the 00 of Cameron Wright working up from the back of the Walker. That's going to get Owen Dyer. He'll be chased by the number 77 of Buddy Leslie down to turn at number 2. Off turn number 2, they will go. Leslie running on the top 5. The 131 of Mike Fairbanks was up the hill. He was slow and he lost the
no,
game.
he's starting again.
One more time. But Tony Fresno able to drive by him. The field rounded out by Jordan Jerome in the 13th. So that battle continuing up in front of the field as they work off turn number 4 down the front stretch. 5 more laps to go here for your limited with the feature. Blake Narquette trying to hold on to this lead, takes him down the backstretch with Franklin Mackin still in tow. And then it's a distance back to the Cameron Wright 00 machine, followed by the Owen Dyer number 17. 4 cars trying to break from the field. Here comes the 77 of Buddy Leslie. Left to start leading away. And those first 4 cars are leading him to close up on the Dyer side. Down to turn number 1 and 2. Leslie straight to the speedway, holds down to the top 5 spot. He's followed by Tony Fresno to turn number 2 down the backstretch. Then a distance back to the 131 of Mike Fairbanks, the 13K of the turn. Continuing to show the way off turn number 2. 3 car length advantage over Franklin Mackin as they head down into turn number 3. Mackin trying to close that gap, gets within striking distance once again, but just to the outside. Everybody was able to get line right to the middle of the speedway, will continue to show the way. 1 car slow over on turn number 3. That is Jordan Jerome, and Jerome is headed back towards the pit area. They'll continue to battle off turn number 4. Franklin Mackin trying to close that gap. White flag is waving, and Max is going to make the pass on this here. On the last lap with Clemens, number 36. Now, as they work into turn number 1, Mackin trying to close the gap. Keep an eye on this battle down the backstretch. Blake Narquette looking to hold on to the win. Franklin Mackin gets right to the back bumper, drives to the outside. Off turn number 4, it will be Blake Narquette down the